Hey guys, this is Classy-Yøm and I'm back again with another video for today. Today I want to discuss with you guys computer language hacks that you can use while using your computer. Okay, so usually when I'm using my computer, I like to change the language settings of a website or a browser that I'm using. So let's say, for example, if you're using a social media network site that you constantly go to, then I would recommend changing the settings. The reason why is because you start to recognize the different words, and it's like a constant reminder of these words that you're learning, so it becomes familiar to you. So let's take YouTube for example. As you can see, the language that I'm using is Kazakh, and if you look over here, you see the language is in Kazakh. Now, one thing that's good about this, especially YouTube, is that it allows you to see the days, months, or years a video was uploaded, but in a different language. So let's say, for example, you can see that this was uploaded 3 days ago. But let's go to the main page of YouTube. And here you can see if a video was uploaded a week ago or days ago. It gives you, or 8 months ago, or even a year ago. It allows you to see that. So that's what's pretty cool about using your particular language for YouTube, because it allows you to see how to say those words in the language that you're learning. And another great tip is that when changing the language setting on your browsers or a particular website that you visit, make sure that it's a website that you are constantly visiting. Okay, so let's say if your favorite websites to visit are YouTube and Twitch, then the language that you're practicing, set the language setting in that language so that way you can constantly practice it and the words start becoming familiar to you. So if you can see, for example, I use Twitch a lot, so I changed the language setting to Dutch. And as you can see, it allows you to say these words. Like, for example, if I want to say how to say popular channel in Dutch, here's the words right here. So now you start picking up a whole new vocabulary, and as time goes on, you're starting to see these words more and more, and somehow it becomes ingrained into your brain, so that way you pick it up and you're able to say it once you recognize it. And let's go to my browser, Google. Okay, so I use Google browsers to check my Gmail. So the language I decided to set for it is Creole. So for those of you who are like practicing language and it's really new to you, want to practice it more and more, I would suggest that you change your browser settings. As you can see, I use Yahoo to check my Yahoo mail, and it's in German. And I use MSN. And also, let's go to Bing real quick. And also, I use Bing to practice Korean. So, whichever browser that you like using, put those browser into the language you're learning, and sooner or later, you'll start recognizing the letters. Sooner or later, you'll start recognizing the vocabulary, and your vocabulary will start to build up, and you'll be able to pick up certain words, and you'll be able to say different words in the language that you're learning. Okay, so that's my first hack for you guys. My second hack is actually your keyboards. Okay, so if you're learning a different language, and that's one or two as I mentioned before, a good idea will be is to change your language preferences for your keyboards. So as you can see, I have Haitian, Creole, Swahili, Italiano, Spanish, Kazakh, Germany, or Dutch, or French, Dutch, Korean, Hebrew, Chinese. I have Esperanto inside there because that was a language I was practicing a long time ago, so I've never removed that. And of course it has English. So when you're learning the language, it's also important to learn how to type that language on your keyboards. So a good idea would be is to check your computer settings, go to language preference. As you can see on my thing, it just pops up. You can select your language preference and add your particular language that you're learning to there. So if you're learning Swedish or Finnish or Russian, then add that to your language preference, and then after that, search online how to use the keyboards, or you can actually type out each letter on the keyboard and see what pops up, so that we can write down what this letter does and what this letter does, and so that way it'll become easier for you to start typing in that particular language. Okay, so these are basically the computer language hacks I have for you guys today. Tomorrow, as I mentioned in my previous video, I'll be uploading music that you can listen to in the Kazakh language. And day on after that, I'll upload different music videos too in Dutch or in other language. So I will see you guys later, and I hope this was helpful.